Hello, my name is Alice Hale and welcome to Pearl Grey. So today I'm going to introduce a new little segment that I'm calling Knitflix. In this segment, I'm going to profile movies and TV shows that either have something to do with knitting or are just really great to watch while you're knitting, if you're one of the people who likes to do that, which I do. So, the show that I want to talk about today is called Shetland. It is a BBC Scotland program. If you're in the UK or Europe, that's spelled with an MME. And it is run for 3 series, or if you're American, seasons so far. It started in 2013. And there is a 4th season on the way that should be coming out this year. So this is a gift that is going to keep on giving. It is a dark and brooding mystery that follows D.I. Jimmy Perez, or as everyone in the show says it because of their accents and because of the long British tradition of never pronouncing any foreign words the way that they are supposed to be pronounced in that language, everyone says Perez. It's from a series of books, and it all takes place on the Shetland Islands, which is an archipelago that is really far north off of the coast of Scotland. It is, I believe, the northernmost point in the UK. Very remote, very windswept, and kind of grim. The mysteries that they encounter are typically very sort of dark and mysterious, and I would say that if you like the show Broadchurch, it's a very similar tone and pacing. So definitely for you if you like that show. Lots of great Scottish accents. As a result of the location, there is also quite a bit of knitwear that makes an appearance. It isn't as though everyone is wearing some gorgeous colorwork sweater, but it's definitely around, scattered throughout the episodes. The other really interesting thing about the Shetland Islands is that there's this mixture of both Scottish and also Norse heritage. And so, for example, there is this annual midwinter fire festival called Uphelia that is actually featured in one of the episodes, so you get to see that. It's a lot of Viking ships and armor and shields and all that sort of stuff. Lots of fun. Lots of fire too. Each of the mysteries is typically separated into 2 episodes. Each episode is an hour long. So you basically, it's movie length mysteries. So if you just are like going on a really big sweater, you can just kind of keep going. The other reason that the Shetland Islands are relevant to knitting is that they are the birthplace of Fair Isle. Fair Isle is one of the islands in the archipelago, and actually there is one of the stories, one of the 2 episode arcs that takes place on Fair Isle. So you get to sort of get a sense of where that is that Fair Isle knitting comes from. It's also the place that steeking was invented, so all the knitters who have been terrified by the concept of cutting into their stitches can blame the people of the Shetland Islands for that. The thing about getting to really see this place, which is incredibly bleak and while gorgeous, seems entirely forbidding, and you can almost feel that just cutting sea wind coming right at you out of the screen. It's very gray. You can tell it's just so cold so much of the time, and you can absolutely see why these styles of knitting were invented there. Why you would want something colorful and complicated to both occupy you and, you know, keep your focus in your hands while you're inside when it's too cold, and also to just add some color and a little bit of that joy and interest to this otherwise very bleak landscape in a very remote area where there probably isn't a lot to do. Also, the fact that it is so cold, the whole way that Fair Isle knitting comes together, where it's essentially a double layer because you have the floats and you know, the yarns carried behind, and also the yarns in front that are the actual stitches. You get like a double layer, and so that would keep you much warmer. There's also a character named D.S. Alison McIntosh, and everyone in the show refers to her by her nickname, Tosh. So as a knitter, definitely brings to mind Madeline Tosh yarns. So there's that too, to sort of have a little private smile about every time you hear it. I hope that you enjoy watching Shetland. It's definitely the perfect show to sit down in front of with that big colorwork sweater that you're trying to power through. Happy knitting!